Here was that we did some things that we don't know how we're going to work out. I supported Governor Beebe's prison reform bill. And here was that we did some things that we don't know how we're going to work out. I supported Governor Beebe's prison reform bill. And you say, well, why? Well, all the prosecutors had finally got their problems solved with it, and we're good to go. But, you know, we were increasing prison spending that cannot be sustained. And our judicial system doesn't work, let's just be honest. So, you know, it didn't hurt to try something different. And the governor took the lead on this, and I supported him. But we hope that we will strengthen our probation officers and give this law a chance, and we can always come back to revisit it. Tax cuts were on the agenda this time, and I was proud to sponsor one of the significant tax cuts. And as you remember, the session started, we had the Senate has the good favor of the governor, always has. He was a senator. He enjoys going down to the Senate. And I had a half cent that continued to cut on the manufacturing sales tax for energy for our companies. Senator Bill Sample from Hot Springs had one that also brought the sales tax down on energy for independent power producers that we have in the state on our electricity. The gas burns to make electricity. So early on, I got with Senator Sample because we combined it into a Senate bill. And over the next 3 years, that's going to be about a $30 million cut to our industry and also our independent power producers. We supported the governor's half-cent sales tax on groceries, which brings it down to a penny and a half. And also we passed a used car sales tax that right now the cap is at $2,500. Parnell down there smiling. It's up to $4,000 now. The first $4,000 is not taxed. And also we did a back-to-school holiday tax, which back in August of this year we'll have a sales tax weekend that many of the states do in Texas, Louisiana, that we didn't have, that when you go back to buy your back-to-school supplies, those will be tax exempt that weekend. Some of the other things that we worked on in this session that I thought was significant, we're going to have 2 issues to come before the voters in November 2012. One of them is a half-cent sales tax to the general population to vote on. You will vote on it, whether you want a $1.1 billion highway improvement. And, you know, I've always said, my years in the city of Magnolia, we had 3 tax increases. And the city council didn't vote on a single one of them. One of them was for economic development. One of them was bail out our hospital when it was in red for a 1/4 cent. And the last one, which was to build our new hospital facility of a penny and an 8. And every one of those were voted on by the people. And every one of them, for the people that cared to go out and vote, passed by over 63% on every one of them. And, you know, what I'm telling my bunch at the legislature, that it's not bad when you refer stuff, because the people, if you think about all the years, the last 24 years, how spending has gone up on state government, if the people had been able to vote on it, the spending would have gone up quite as much. But we referred this to the people, and I think, you know, that's where it needs to lie. People need to determine, the Highway Commission needs to go around all corners of the state and determine what our needs are and sell it to the people. And sometimes that's the only way you're going to get a highway commissioner, anybody come in and ask you for something. But that will be on the ballot. And there'll also be a special election, or it could be in the general election, wherever the governor decides. But it'll be one shot at it, a 5-cent diesel tax for the truckers. And this could go on the ballot, and also the people, citizens, people in this room will be voting on it. So I think the 2 tax measures that are passed, people have the final say. And that's good government. When the people can vote and determine, you know, whether we need the money, whether we don't, the politicians, the highway commissioners have got to get out and sell this. And I think that's a good stance for conservative government. Some of the other things that we want to talk about, I think you might want to talk about redistricting. That was, we finished up in the 2nd record time. And I want to just say something. This may sound partisan, but it's not. It wasn't the Republicans' fault we stayed there 2 they passed the redistricting, which is called the Fayetteville Finger. Everybody heard the Fayetteville Finger? Out of the House. All the Republicans voted against it. One Democrat stood with us. I voted against that. I also voted against the compromise that we got. I supported Senator Thompson in the Looper Amendment, which only divided one county. And even though it probably is in favor of people that are Republicans in the 4th District, I got to thinking, if I was in Magnolia and I got divided down Main Street like the city of Alma, I don't think that's fair. We divided too many counties that we didn't have to divide. And I voted against the Fayetteville Finger, and I voted against the one we have now, so we're split in 5 counties. And it's not right that we didn't have to do it, but that's politics, and that's the way it works. But we're going to have a new congressional district, and I'm going to let the congressman come up here and talk about it a little bit more. He's got a little more insight than I do. I'm going to